Let me introduce our featured minister. Right now,
You're not going to play the fanfare?
okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
There we go.
Well, there you go. This was one where my favorite minister, she had it was an incident in the Senate where it had to do with a threatening email issue, and she brought it up. That's one. We're just showing you this to give you a sense of who we're dealing with. There is another one. Okay, hold on, let's see it. All right, here it is. You remember this one here, people? How much money did Royal Reed allegedly stole from the Ministry of Education? I think it was 50 something million, right? Look at this one. 43 million spent. 43 million. And what do we have to show for it?
Absolutely, absolutely nothing.
Zero we have to show for it. And then, let me remove that. Then we have this incident. I don't know how many of you remember this incident.
Still on the issue, leader of government business in the Senate, Kamina Johnson-Smith, has again apologized to opposition Senator Floyd Morris, who is visually impaired, for comment.
Let me stop and tell you why this happened. Senator Floyd Morris he's blind, and they were discussing NIDS, and there were some documents to be reviewed, and he asked for extra time so that he could use Braille to review the documents. And my favorite minister made some statements, and they were apparently unpleasant, they were unkind, and there was a call for her, my favorite minister, to apologize.
They were insensitive.
Insensitive, yes. Here we go.
Made at Friday's sitting. Mrs. Johnson-Smith rejected Senator Morris's request to adjourn the sitting so the material could be converted into a suitable format for him to follow. She also made reference to him recently completing his PhD and writing his autobiography.
I wish to apologize wholeheartedly and sincerely for any and all distress or offense caused to Senator Morris by my comments. Senator Morris, through the President, you have my deep and sincere apologies. I meant absolutely no disrespect. I meant absolutely no offense. And I regret that the entire incident took place.
Senator Johnson-Smith, know that you have recognized that you have been wrong in the statement or the comment, and you have apologized. I sincerely accept your apologies.
I am to once again request that Senator
Jeffrey, who is this person?
Morris, and indeed all senators, receive their documentation for meetings in the appropriate time, to the extent that you receive them, and also in relation to the particular format that Senator Morris requires his documents in. He assures me that he gets the full cooperation from the clerk and the assistant clerks.
All right, let me remove. And so, folks, you see where we're going with this. Now, we showed you some articles about the minister, one with AJ Nicholson, one with money spent on her foray into the
Commonwealth
sector. Commonwealth, yeah. And then we showed you how she apologized to Senator Morris. Now we're going to show you a different side to this lady, and we're going to get into the meat of the matter, as they say. I'm going to play the videos. There are two videos. I'm going to play them first in their entirety. So you listen to them because we're going to dissect them in different subsets of the topic. Listen. Tell me what you think.
Bad. Probably as bad as the previous last name is the way the fertilizer that was given to us free from Morocco was distributed in a corrupt way. What the song say? Kick down corruption door. What we're looking at, Peter, don't get involved.
Mr. President, Mr. President,
Morgan is
on
irrelevant.
a point of order, just on a point of order. On a point of order, Mr. President,
Bad. Probably as bad as the previous last name is the way the fertilizer that was given to us free from Morocco was distributed in a corrupt way. What the song say? Kick down corruption door. What we're looking at, Peter, don't get involved.
Mr. President,
Morgan is
on a
irrelevant.
point of order, just on a point of order. On a point of order, Mr. President, I do not wish this chamber to be misled and have idle throwing.
Remember, let me just pull it up. Remember the title of this segment, right? The title is, Did Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith mislead us about fertilizer, onions, and farmers? And here she's saying, I don't want the Senate to be misled by what Mr. Lambert Brown is saying about corruption and fertilizer. Let's continue.
Out of this word corruption, as this opposition is so want to do. Mr. President, there were issues about the timing at which the names were provided, but they were provided. And the fact is that this increase in productivity was due to nothing other than the fact that we were able to get fertilizer at a time nobody else was able to get it, and give it directly to farmers so that they were able to counteract the effects of drought on us. But he is misleading the Senate with boundless and baseless accusations of corruption. The fertilizer was delivered to farmers, and there was only a question. It is a point of, don't tell me to sit down. You're rude and out of order. You're rude and out of order. Mr. President, you should have him removed. You're rude and out of order. Don't tell people to sit down.
All right.
Who are you?
I am the... Sorry. Minister, sorry, Senator Brown, okay, sorry, just hold a second for me, please, hold a second. Minister, the only person who can rule on a point of order is me. When I sit here, and I cannot rule on a point of order if I do not hear it. So I'm going to ask the minister, please, you cannot, look here. Could you, Minister, could you please say in what way Senator Brown is misleading the Senate so I can make a ruling on whether it is accurate or not?
Mr.
Please.
President, I said that the member was misleading the Senate by indicating that there was corruption associated with the distribution of fertilizer obtained from a valuable bilateral partner. And I clarified that the truth of the matter is that the fertilizer was delivered directly to farmers. The names have been provided to the Auditor General, and therefore his statement is a misleading statement. It is false. It is false.
No.
All right, thank you very much, Minister. Senator Brown, and let me say this.
You can stop it right there, so. We're not going to play the second one yet. We could just deal with the fertilizer. Folks, hear what she said. She said that the fertilizer was directly given to farmers. And that they got at that time, and that it was the production, the increase in production, the only reason why Jamaica increased the production of agricultural products was because of this fertilizer that they got. And they got it at that time during drought.
And the names were submitted.
And the names were submitted, but there were some, there was some timeliness issues, but the names were submitted. Now, I want all of you, if you want me to play it back, I'll play it back, because you need to listen to what she said and then look at what I'm going to show you. So if you want me to play it back, please tell me to play it back. Please. All right, nobody's asking me to play it back. So so you all of you remember what she said. The first thing is, she said we got it from a valuable bilateral partner, Morocco. We need to figure out, how did this relationship come about? Because if you ask Jamaicans, did you know that we have a relationship with Morocco? Most Jamaicans, I suspect, would say no. It's my understanding that this relationship started back in 2008, but it wasn't a strong relationship. Kesu, hey, hold on, we have to get Kesu and clap here now. I have to get Kesu and clap there. Okay, then we'll play it back. All right, here we go.
Senator Brown, before you...
Listen carefully, people.
That is bad, probably as bad as the previous last name, is the way the fertilizer that was given to us free from Morocco was distributed in a corrupt way. What the song say? Kick down corruption door. What we're looking at, Peter, don't get involved.
Mr. President,
Morgan is
on a
irrelevant.
point of order, just on a point of order. On a point of order, Mr. President, I do not wish this chamber to be misled and have idle throwing out of this word corruption as this opposition is so wont to do. Mr. President, there were issues about the timing at which the names were provided, but they were provided. And the fact is that this increase in productivity was due to nothing other than the fact that we were able to get fertilizer at a time nobody else was able to get it, and give it directly to farmers so that they were able to counteract the effects of drought on us. But he is misleading the Senate with boundless and baseless accusations of corruption. The fertilizer was delivered to farmers, and there was only a question. It is a point of, don't tell me to sit down. You're rude and out of order. You're rude and out of order. Mr. President, you should have him removed. You're rude and out of order. Don't tell people to sit down.
All right.
Who are you?
I am the... Sorry. Minister, sorry, Senator Brown, Sorry, just hold a second. Hold a second for me, please. Hold a second. Minister, and members, the only person who can rule on a point of order is me. When I sit here, and I cannot rule on a point of order if I do not hear it. So I'm going to ask the minister, please, you cannot, look here. Could you, well, Minister, could you please say in what way Senator Brown is misleading the Senate so I can make a ruling on whether it is accurate or not?
Mr.
Please.
President, I said that the member was misleading the Senate by indicating that there was corruption associated with the distribution of fertilizer obtained from a valuable bilateral partner. And I clarified that the truth of the matter is that the fertilizer was delivered directly to farmers. The names have been provided to the Auditor General, and his statement is a misleading statement. It is false. It is false.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Minister. Senator Brown. And let me say this. Let me ask Senator Brown before you.
Here's one of the things that I didn't understand. She said so many things there, Kevin, that were flat out lies or misrepresentations, half truths. And I was shocked that the opposition
Nobody said
didn't go after her, because when I watched this for the first time, and I'm not a politician, I'm not there listening to this thing every day, but I'm reasonably familiar with the issues. And I'm saying, if they're supposed to be so familiar with issues, why didn't they just go after her? Because she said so many things that are just flat out wrong, half truths, misrepresentations, but they didn't. For whatever reason, they didn't. So here is where we start, Kevin. She said she got it from a valuable, we got fertilizer from a valuable
bilateral
partner, right? Morocco. Question is, how did we get this furniture? How did we get this fertilizer from Morocco? People, we're just gonna give you just a brief history, and I just didn't want to take up the time. So Kevin and I and producer June decided to just provide some Google searches for you, right, to confirm the things that we know to be true,
and so that you can go and search too.
You can go and look for yourself. You can go and right.
It wasn't made up over here.
Here we go. The question is the autonomy of the people of the Western Sahara against Morocco, right? And it says right here, the Western Sahara conflict revolves around the competing claims of Morocco and the Sahrawi people, with the latter seeking self-determination and independence. Morocco proposes an autonomy plan for Western Sahara under its sovereignty. So they want these people, the Sahrawi people, they want to rule these people. And so that's the crux of the conflict. And so, and Morocco came up with a plan. But these people, they said that they want a referendum because they want self-determination. And we don't have the map. We could put up the map and all of that stuff. But again, time is at a premium. So that's the crux of it. You have Morocco having issues with a group of people living in the Western Sahara. And you say, well, what does that have to do with Jamaica? Let me show you. Is it this? Okay, here we go. Oh
no.
Yeah.
All right. Let me bring you back real quick. So, gentle folks, just as a quick little thing here, we'll bring Will back in a quick second. His system just kind of did a little funky thing here. Please go ahead and press like a thumbs up. We're gonna need that. Please and thanks. And also, if you'd be so kind, call some friends if you haven't done so yet. Some people that you think this would be good for them to hear. Go ahead and invite them to come and join us.
Okay.
Welcome back, Rebel.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So let me put this up. Because remember now, it's the Sahrawi people and Morocco. They're at odds about autonomy. Yeah. The Sahrawi people, they said, look, we want to be able to rule ourselves. And the Moroccan people, Moroccan government said, no, we want to impose a plan where you come under our rule. Sovereignty is out of the issue. So here we go. Question is, did Jamaica recognize the SADR? The SADR is the group representing these people in 1979. 1979.
Long time that.
Yes, Jamaica did recognize the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic in 1979. However, Jamaica later withdrew its recognition of the SADR in September 2016. So from 1979 until August 2016, Jamaica supported these people's right to autonomy and to be free from rule by Morocco. Keep that in mind. Now you start saying, oh, the Moroccan fertilizer come into being, right? So look what happened right after that. And we have to thank Kevin, because Kevin was the one who really, no one nobody hate upon Kevin, but Kevin is the one who really find this article here for me. All right, here we go. Oh, Kevin.
Again?
Yeah.
I don't know what is with you today, you know, Rebel. But some little fanciness are going on with you, brother. For those who are saying that they like my shirt, it is a Kevin Stew shirt. I'd like for you to know. Yes, this is a Kevin Stew shirt. It is designed by me, and on the back is kevinstew.com. So it's not a politically driven shirt or anything, t-shirt or anything like that. No, it isn't. It's very much Kevin Stew.
All right. All right, we can show us. All right, that's the stage. Uh-oh. All right.
Yep.
Now, I want you to remember this. This administration took power in February 2016. February 2016. Now remember, we were supporting these people from 1979 all the way up through JLP and PNP administrations alike. And then in 2016, this JLP administration took over. I want you to look at the date of this thing here. See that? Jamaica withdraws its recognition of so-called SADR. Look at the date. September 16, 2016. Them couldn't wait. They got in power February 2016. And instead of they start focusing on feeding the people, housing the people, fixing roads, getting the water issue under control, dealing with crime, and all these other issues. They couldn't wait. This came out of the Moroccan newspaper. And see what it says? Jamaica withdraws its recognition, meaning that we don't support these people anymore. But look how we try to be tricky-fy, as we would say. Look how we try to be tricky-fy. I'll read it to you. See it right there? Jamaica decided to withdraw its recognition of the so-called SADR, said on Thursday a statement by the Foreign Affairs Ministry. It says, in an official document by its Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Exterior Trade dated September 14, 2016, Jamaica declared that it has decided to withdraw its recognition of the self-proclaimed SADR. And then it goes on to say, the decision of Jamaica to withdraw its recognition, which it recognized in September 1979, will be duly brought to the attention of the United Nations. See that? In the same document, Jamaica expresses its sincere wish that its neutral position and continued support for the UN process underway will send a strong message that it is siding with the international community in its efforts to reach a just and peaceful solution, right? So we've been supporting these people since 1979. And then all of a sudden, this government got into power in February of 2016. And a few months later, we say, we'll withdraw. We withdraw. We withdraw. And then look at what happened right after we withdraw. One second there. Right after we withdraw, what, Kevin? Right after we withdraw, look at this. We can't big it up, so.
Yeah, man, we can.
All right, what the date on this, Kevin? March 2017. So 2016 September, we'll make big announcement. We're not supporting these people anymore. And then 6 months later, look at this.
Let's go.
I can read it.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 months later, it says, Senator, the Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, was among a group of 7 international leaders awarded a gold medal during the Crans-Montana Forum on Africa and South-South cooperation in Dakar, Morocco, on Saturday, March 18th. See that? We are supporting these people from 1979. 2016, this government couldn't wait to get into office. Bam, bam, bam. Them say, we no longer support these people. 6 months later, she get a gold medal from Morocco.
Look at that.
In 2017. And then, all of a sudden, we start seeing this. We start seeing this. This is 2022. We get 24,000 bags of fertilizer from Morocco. Is that worth the price of selling out people?
Well, you know, it could be relative to 30 pieces of silver.
There you go. There you go. And
let's have to figure out the exchange rate.
Right. Now, remember what the minister said. We're going to break it down now. Break it down. We already know that we used to support the folks. We don't support them. She made the announcement. 6 months later, she get a gold medal. And then the first shipment of Moroccan fertilizer came to Jamaica in 2019. 2016, the announcement was made. 2017, she get the gold medal. 2019, Jamaica start getting shipments. And they received 3 shipments, 2019, 2022, 2023. This is a 2022 shipment. But remember what you said now, that it was because of drought. No, not because of drought, but it would help because of the drought. And then somebody put inside how you can drought.
Oh, fertilizer.
Fertilizer. You need
Fight
water.
Drought, yeah.
Right? But look at what it said. Look at what then Minister Pernell Charles Jr. said. He said, addressing a virtual media briefing on March 23, where the donation was announced, Minister Charles said that the gift worth 122 million could not have come at a better time, noting that farmers continue to face challenges relating to the fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the global increase in prices for agricultural inputs. Where did they say it had anything to do with drought?
Not that year.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I went back and looked. And every year I look, not once did they mention anything about drought. They mentioned COVID-19 and they mentioned agricultural inputs, right? and the price. Now, where do we go from here? Let's try this. See this? Morocco donated 24,000 bags of fertilizer to Jamaica in 2022 to help address rising agricultural input costs. And we won't even go into all the other promises and figure out if the Moroccan government delivered on those promises. So that's one. Let's look at something else. The Jamaica recognizes SADR. Yeah. We did that one. All right. Remember she said that the Moroccan fertilizer, that it helped. It not helped. She said it was the reason why they have this production and all of that stuff of agricultural of produce. Now, Kevin, somebody them I mess with you now.
You know, I would believe you. You see, it's people are still seeing you, you know, on the broadcast. It's just that you not seeing what you're doing.
Yeah, I can't
But
say anything.
no worries. No worries. I got you. I got you. Yeah, so too much emphasis is placed on colors representing something versus people representing something. Elaine. Okay, here we go, Rebel.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Remember what you said? That is a Moroccan fertilizer increase. You said for no other reason but the Moroccan fertilizer increase production. And the question is, did Moroccan fertilizer increase Jamaica's agricultural production? And here's the answer. The information available indicates that Morocco has been providing fertilizer assistance to Jamaica, particularly between 2019 and 2013. 3 shipments, 2019,
2023.
2019, 2022, and 2023. And it says approximately 72,000 bags of fertilizer valued at around, and I think that 72,000 bags, they come up to like, I forgot how many pounds. I think it was like 3.6 million pounds, something like that. It says in March 2022, Jamaica received 24,000 bags. But look at this one right here regarding the impact on agricultural production. It says, while the Moroccan fertilizer donations were intended to boost Jamaican agriculture, particularly in light of global supply shortages and price increases, there is no definitive data in the provided search results to directly measure the impact on Jamaica's overall agricultural production between 2019 and 2024. So when she come out and say all of those things, not true, or half true, or misrepresentation. No, I hope you guys remember what she said. Hope you remember what she said. We're walking you through, and then we're going to go back and play it again, so that after we show you all of this, you can go back and listen to what she said. No, let me put up, Kevin. Let me put up the this one. Is it this one? Yeah. Let me put up the report. All right. You send me the pages, right?
Yes.
All right, Kevin. Stay with us, folks. Okay. Now, folks, we're gonna completely debunk everything, or most of the things that the minister said. And we're going to do it with the Auditor General's report. Here we go. Let me just show you what it is. Here it is right there. Let me big it up. We'll big it up beyond that, Kevin.
Yeah, man.
Can you see? Can you see that?
Yep, that's good.
All right. Now let's go to page 9. Remember what she said, She said there was a little issue regarding turning over the names of the farmers who directly received the fertilizer. Let's go to page 9. Here we are. Okay. Look at number 4. It's talking about the distribution. And it says here that look at the last sentence that's highlighted at the top of the page. It says, only registered and suitable farmers may receive these benefits, which are distributed either directly from RADA, an approved supplier, or from the parish office. What it says, you must get it directly from RADA, an approved supplier, or from the parish office.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, remember what you said, that there were some names that are supposed to, the farmers who receive the fertilizer, their names are supposed to be turned over. And that she said, she gave the impression that, oh, it was just a slight delay. Look right there. Very last sentence that's highlighted. It says, RADA indicated that despite repeated requests, MPs did not submit distribution sheets detailing recipients. Repeated requests. And by the way, how did MPs get involved?
Who were the 3 sources for the farmers to get it again?
They're right here. It's RADA, approved suppliers, and parish offices. Here it is. Right here. From RADA, let me put up some.
Whose parish office?
Like the parish council offices, but certainly not MPs. Here it is right here. Right there. And it said you must get it directly from these people, from RADA, an approved supplier, or from the parish office. And we're going to show you the approved offices. We're going to show them to you. Right? So that is a problem right there. 4.1. Let's go to 4.1, 4.2. Let's go to page 10 now. Let's see something. See what we'll find on page 10. Look at what it says at the top. It says the distribution process was compromised as extension officers responsible for assessing the needs of farmers were not involved in the process. So if the people who are supposed to know what the farmer, how much fertilizer to give the farmer, if they were not involved in the process, then who was?
The farmer get it?
Exactly. So here's another thing. It says that the information was not reflected. Right there. The information was not reflected. And RADA did not have a proper inventory management system to account for the supplies held at its warehouse, because they claimed that some of the fertilizer went bad and they threw it away. You believe that, people? It's right here. Let me show you. See it right there, son? 72,000. It's right there. Were classified as bad and subsequently discarded. Now, you believe that, people? Fertilizer.
I still want to know how fertilizer got bad. I still want to know. Does it become less toxic for human consumption? How does something that is made to go into the ground get bad?
That's
I don't know.
that's that's something for another day. And look, they said that right here, only one officer was available to oversee inventory management. So they don't even know how the thing was handed out. Also, it said we saw no evidence that RADA conducted reviews of the inventory to determine the accuracy of the fertilizer stock. That's on page, if in case you want to know, that's page 9. Page 10, sorry. No, let's go to page 22. I have to race through this. Page 22. All right. Now look right here. 219. It says, RADA's records reveal allocations to parish offices, which is good. But look at the next one. Members of Parliament. How did they come into the distribution?
Talk to me now.
How did they? It says parish offices, authorized distribution centers, and RADA. How did MPs come to get fertilizer? How? You don't know the answer, Kevin?
No clue. But I think I'm going to like what Freedom say. I'm going to ask my granny because she know how water walk a pumpkin belly.
Let's go to page 23. 22. This is 23. No, people, prepare for the shock. Prepare for the shock. Prepare for the shock. Let me say, prepare for the shock. Here is the shocker. This is what when you're reading on. This is what happened when you read. This is page 22, right, Kevin? I think so. Yeah. Wait. Yes, page 22.
23.
All right. I want to show you something now. This thing an hour too good, you know. Page 22.
Let me give you a little bit of a hand there.
Yeah, just scroll it up a minute. All right, stop. This is the
Gone too far.
No, I'm just wondering if this is the end of the page or the beginning of at the top of the page. Yeah, 22. All right.
Yeah, so this is the top of page 23 that you're on now.
Okay. All right. No. Look right at the top. You see where it's right there? Oh, let me make it smaller so we can get it. Everything in. See what it say? Allocations from the warehouse to RADA parish offices, which is good. Members of Parliament. How did they get fertilizer? And look, and other agencies, companies, and individuals. How did they get it? Now look to the chart. 2019. 2019. You have RADA getting fertilizer. Same thing for 2022, 2023. You have MPs getting it. You have other agencies. I guess those are the ones that are approved. Then look, you have individuals and companies. They weren't supposed to get fertilizer. Then look at bad and dump. How you get bad fertilizer and then you dump fertilizer? People, come on now. Then look, they send to the Orange River Research Station. You know what type of fertilizer they sent there, Kevin? They sent the ones that they say spilled, but it never spoiled. It's spilled, but it not spoiled. So we send it to the research.
No. But the spoiled one didn't get sent to the research facility. Right.
No. If you think that was bad, people, look at the footnote. Look at that. Look at the note. I hope you can see it. It says a total of 18,630 bags were also bags of fertilizer also included allocations to members of Parliament. Look at the next sentence. We the Auditor General's office requested on September 11th. Remember now I showed you before where RADA said that despite repeated requests, they couldn't get the names of farmers who received fertilizer. And now, September last year, the Auditor General says, we requested copies of correspondence sent to parish offices regarding breakdowns of allocations to MPs to complete our analysis. And what happened? As of this year, when this report came out, like a few months ago, this remains outstanding. This remains outstanding. Them don't respond. So when she come and I say, well, then boy, just a little, and you might think it's a little delay. So now the question is, do you trust the names they're going to give you now? They didn't. First of all, they weren't supposed to be receiving any fertilizer. They got fertilizer.
Mr. Rattigan.
Yes, sir.
What else from this administration is yet to be produced?
A lot of things. A lot of. But here is more shock. Here's more shock. Another footnote, right? Sometimes the juice in the footnote, this where you think it's a substance. Here it says 4,320 bags of fertilizer were allocated to constituencies. Here's another shocker. 3,000 bags allocated to the minister for his discretion. For his discretion. You know what that means? Him give to people who him think have a vote for him. I want people vote. It's right here.
Those are the ones that you used to buy the votes.
Here it is right here. Here it is. 3,000 bags allocated to the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries. Now, hold on. Let me tell you how much pounds that is. Hold on a second there. 3,000 bags him get, right?
Yep.
And that's people, according to what the Auditor General is saying, the Minister Floyd Green, she's talking about. It's either him and her Minister Junior something name the man with the half I made black half I Pernell Charles.
Charles.
Yeah, him son. She said the minister, she never even said ministers, one minister of Agriculture and Fisheries get 330 pounds of fertilizer for his discretion. 330 pounds of fertilizer for his discretion.
Wait. You made some zeros off of that? 330 pounds?
Sorry. 330,000 pounds.
Okay.
330,000 pounds of fertilizer went to the Minister of Agriculture for what? His discretion. Meaning him give who him want give.
Joe Bogg said those are used to fertilize the votes.
And look, them said 2,000 pounds were allocated to the former minister and opposition spokesman for their discretion. So what they're saying here is that the former minister, they didn't name who that person is, and they said the opposition spokesman received 2,000 bags.
So both parties are involved, correct?
This is what this is saying that this opposition spokesman got 2,000 bags for his discretion.
So if both parties are involved, why then would there be an objection or issues raised in the House, in the Senate, when somebody says something?
There you go. But where you have now, you have one side where I get much more than the other side, because look at what happened right here.
Them run things, so them get more. What do you mean?
630 bags given to the minister, the junior minister. The junior minister. So between the minister and the junior minister, them get 3,000, 3,630. Let me see how much pounds I come up to. 3,630. Hold on. 3,000. 3,630. Then get 400,000 pounds of fertilizer.
All right. Let's I wonder if anybody can kind of associate that with acreage. Any farmers out there? Anybody can tell me how much fertilizer would be used per acre to do some farming?
No. While I'm do that, right? While I'm do that, Kevin, we could go to RADA and see how RADA was supposed to distribute this thing. Right? Them said this RADA distributed to all the parishes. And remember we did this exercise before because the numbers that they gave me, this is a document that they gave me. The document, a similar document that they gave to the Auditor General, the numbers no match. The numbers no match. And this is after them finished. The numbers they gave me is after them finished giving out the fertilizer. So it's not like during, and them can say, well, it's not a completed, counting, right? This is after they finish. But we could go past that. We could go past where them get Orange River and tell you about how much bags damaged, because we know that's foolishness. Here's another one too. St. Thomas, 45 bags missing. So how can Minister Kamina Johnson come and say that the fertilizer was delivered directly to the farmers? We know it couldn't be directly because we have people involved in the process who shouldn't be in the process.
Mr. Rattigan, the farmers got it directly from whomever it was assigned to give it to them.
But here's the thing. If they got it directly from whom? If they said they got it from an MP,
yes.
No, the MP is not involved in the scheme of things.
But she didn't say they got it directly from who received it when Morocco sent it.
That's why we say misrepresentation and half-truths. That's why we say misrepresentation. Because you think if when she said, you think she would have come out and said, hey, them get it directly from politicians. Come out and say that. And here it is again. Here the Auditor General said at the top of the page, we also noted that between 2019 and 2023, 11,026 bags of fertilizer were collected by representatives of members of parliament for distribution to farmers. The Moroccan fertilizer distributed was government property, and therefore it's subject to a whole bunch of acts, right? Listen, here's another one. Our review, let me push it up a little bit more. Top of the page. However, our review found that the distribution of 11,026 bags of fertilizer did not consistently follow RADA's established distribution process. This points to insufficient controls over the fertilizer collected by MPs, representatives for distribution to farmers. There you go. And by the way, people, I have spoken to MPs who told me that they got the fertilizer directly. They did not hesitate to tell me that. They said, yeah.
Directly from?
They didn't tell me from RADA or from whatever source. They said, I picked up the furniture. I picked up the fertilizer. They tell me that. I picked up the fertilizer. They're not supposed to be involved in this. Then look at this one here. Look at
Anthony answered my question, Rebel. Per Google.
Oh, 200
to 300 pounds
per
acre.
1,000 pounds. Between the junior minister and the minister, they have 400,000 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. It says the opposition got 2,000 pounds. Sorry, 2,000 bags. 2,000 bags. Now look at this at the top right there. It says, for instance, from the 2019 and 2022 shipments, RADA distributed 210 bags of fertilizer to 2 persons and 2 companies directly from the warehouse. Look on this, Kevin. These recipients, the two persons and the two companies, they were not on the approved list and rather not present any approved beneficiary and verification forms used to assess eligibility for farm input. Rather, rather indicated that the four recipients were farmers producing various crops. However, the requisite authorization from RADA and the ministry was not presented. So let's see what's going on. So when Lambert Brown got up, and said there's corruption going on, he wasn't wrong. He was not wrong. In fact, Kevin, you see the gold medal where she get, them should give a gold medal to the Lambert Brown.
Yeah.
Them should go
give the thing.
Yes. They should give the gold medal to Lambert Brown.
But again, we go back to somebody asked a question. I think it was Freedom. What did Morocco get for giving Jamaica the fertilizer?
They got the support of the Jamaican government to exert autonomy or to exert control over the people or the lands belonging to the people of the Western Sahara.
You mean the vote that they went to the bathroom to take part in?
Oh, that was a different one. That one was for the Middle East. But I wouldn't be surprised if they took a I would not be surprised. Let's see what's on this other page here. This is where people listen to this nonsense. First of all, long story short, they didn't have an inventory account. They didn't have a proper inventory mechanism to account for the fertilizer. And look at this. If you can't believe this, it says RADA provided 3 distribution lists showing that between 2019 and 2023, 3,809 bags of fertilizer representing 5.3% of the total 72,000 received were classified as bad and subsequently discarded. People, them take off idiot. 3,809 bags. Let me tell you what the percentage. Let me tell you the pound, the poundage. Right. Let me give you the 3,809 bags. That's 419,000 pounds of fertilizer. Almost, but you approach 500,000. 419,000 pounds of fertilizer. They claim that they threw it away. People, but then look at this. Look at the next one right here. It says, however, fertilizer that they claim damaged and spilled on the floor. They said they could not definitively determine the total number of bags that were damaged. How you mean you can't determine the number of bags that were damaged? If the bags were damaged, they're right there. You can count them.
All right, let's break this down, Mr. Rattigan. There's a record of how many bags came, correct? Well, go further than that. There's a record of how many bags were shipped.
Yes.
There is a record of how many bags were received from the shipment.
Yes.
Then it's easy to determine how many bags were distributed.
Yes.
And then, as a result, how many bags were damaged.
Yes.
And a rocket science. What kind of list you need? What kind of... I don't get it. So, now, if these are the people that are representing us, what does that say about us?
Doesn't say much. Especially if we don't raise our voices. If we, the us, don't raise our voices, then things like this will just go away. They'll just go away. How many people, how many of you knew about this report, and how many of you who knew about the report read the report. Merle, you're right. The component of some of these pipe bombs, and it's a proven fact that one of the major components is fertilizer. And don't forget, we found over 300 devices. But look at page 35, Kevin. It says the special audit was conducted following concerns raised within the public domain. Now, people, if you remember, I know we are raised from 2022, we are raised it now. When nobody never focused on fertilizer, we are focused on it from 2022, right? And subsequent press reports indicating questionable and inequitable distribution of government of Jamaica-owned fertilizer. To whom? Members of parliament in several constituencies. See that? So the whole question of the distribution, it's a murky question because we don't have accurate records. So when we have this minister coming out and saying, oh yes, it's just a matter of the names coming in, and we know the names never coming right away, the names coming long after. And then when she come and said it was distributed directly, how does she know this? She don't know this. That's page 35. Make her wrap it up there quick. When we go to 36, I wish I could have, Kevin, this thing it'll take one whole program to go through this thing here. I'm telling you. Here's another thing again. It says RADA was unable to indicate whether the bags of fertilizer allocated to MPs were subsequently issued to the intended beneficiaries, as the required distribution lists were not provided by the MPs. Also, the beneficiary listing vetted by RADA to determine eligibility based on the assessed needs were not provided. So them don't get the documents. So them get the documents much later on. Can we trust those documents?
So, and the intended recipients, are we talking about the originally intended recipients or the intended recipients after the MPs got them, since the MPs were not supposed to be on the list of individuals who were supposed to get them?
Right.
Which intended recipients are we're talking about at this point?
Yeah. Kevin, so many questions. Look at this. Again, right here, it says 4.8. It says RADA. Let me big it up so the people can see. It says right here. It says right here. It says at the top, RADA did not present evidence that the beneficiaries of the fertilizer allocated to MPs were verified and received no more than the maximum of 2. Because that's another requirement, that you can only get 2 bags of fertilizer. The most you can get. And this report, I mean, page after page after page, the Auditor General took great pains to point out that, listen, we're not getting the records. We're not, and then she even wrote and said, give me the records. And she said, as of the publication of this, we never get. So all of a sudden now, them say, oh, the names, magically, we have the names now. You trust that? I don't. Here's another one. We noted that an internal audit report was sent to the permanent secretary in the ministry, which highlighted allegations that the fertilizer was being sold. Remember now, and you hear what Lambert Brown said, and you see the report, the fertilizer came to be distributed free of cost to farmers.
So which fertilizer sell? Who sell it? Who buy it?
Here is something that's interesting. It says, RADA says that both political parties received an equal allotment of fertilizer. Now, we know that's not true.
That's not true.
We know that's not true. We know
No.
Him said both of them with each MP receiving 100 bags. But RADA provided records. So RADA told the Auditor General that, look, it's not just JLP get it, PNP get it, and both of them get the same amount. And then when the Auditor General says, okay, give me the records, it says RADA provided records indicating that in many cases, some MPs receive more than 100 bags while others receive less. And here is where we have the numbers now, because some of you are asking how many PNP people receive it, how many JLP. Right there. RADA confirmed that 9 MPs from the opposition qualified for the allotment. I don't know how you qualify when you're not even supposed to get it, but they said qualify, while 37 MPs from the government qualified. Here it is right there. Black and white. I know me says so. Auditor General says so.
So a total of 46 MPs, quote unquote, qualified. So there are 46 MPs that are farmers.
Kevin, you'll kill me now.
What? You need to be a farmer to qualify. You're supposed to get 2 bags if you're a farmer as the allotment. So, oh, you go.
Kevin, if I knew, oh, and here it is right here. Here it is how you're supposed to give out the fertilizer, right? Somebody is writing to the member of parliament and saying that, hey, this was given to your constituency, and here's how it must be given out. And they told them, must be an active registered farmer. You must give a commitment to being trained, and that there's proof that you're registered. And then here it is right there. It says right there, no more than 2 bags. No more than 2 bags. And here it is again right here. They tell them, your office, even though they weren't supposed to get it, your office will distribute the fertilizer, after which the signed distribution sheets be submitted to RADA. It's right there at the top. Right there. And look at the date on this. June 9, 2022. June 9, 2022.
That's after the second bag. The second shipment.
The second shipment, yeah. Because the third one came in
23.
23. So 2022 it came in, and no, and even though it says that you have to give us the list was not provided. The list was not provided. So 2022, June 2022 to June 2023, 1 year, to 2024, 2 years, and them say it's just no, them get it 3 years after. So you'd have to be a simpleton not to think that after 3 years, and them say, okay, we're going to give you the names, that them cook up something. You have to be a simpleton. If you believe that after 3 years them can get the list of people who actually received fertilizer, then I've got 3 bridges I want to sell you. Good price. I'll sell you one and I'll throw 2 of them in. I'll sell you the Brooklyn Bridge and I'll throw in the Manhattan and the Williamsburg for free. It's you believe that, people. But I know no believe that. I know that. I know you don't believe that. Let me see what else is here. I think we have one more page. 3749. Because we have more things here, but let's see. This is another document. Look, you see this? Moroccan fertilizer distribution. This is what they sent me. And here's how, see the 24,000 bags, and then they tell you how they're going to distribute it. Here it is. Here it is. Priority will be given to groups. Where do you see MPs on this list, Kevin?
Other farmers groups.
Where is the other? No, you mean this right, so?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So no, I don't see anything.
They fall in that category. I don't know. That's the best I can come up with. You ask me a question. That's the best I can come up with.
No.
I deserve an E for effort.
My goodness gracious, people. This
Don't
is
fail me, sir.
And there it is right there. The amount of fertilizer each farmer receives will be no more than 2 bags. You know, and look, here is who going to give out the furniture, give out the say furniture, the fertilizer. The rather parish managers, right? Them are going to get out. And them say you can pick it up at the parish office. And you can get it a farmers group, and then they have to come and show all of these things. They have to satisfy all of these requirements here. Right? And look at this. Rather extension person will monitor the distribution and effective use of fertilizer. And the report says that they didn't.
So who are these personnel? They were on vacation. They weren't hired yet.
Which I could tell you. This is, let me see what else here. Because we have TT. We want to bring on TT. Them have an announcement for me. And people, believe me when I tell you, look here. We have a document here. We have 2 letters from the ministry. 2 letters to the ministry.
When you did the ATIs.
Yeah, we did ATIs. Yeah. See it right here. So access to information. This is ATI right there. So request. We have 2 letters with chock full of information we want to give. But like me say, it's like we won't be able to get to that. But we have TT here. TT, I don't know where TT is. TT. Oh, hey, folks. Kevin, hold on a second. I'm bringing TT. TT, I have an announcement for me. Come in. Then can't see you, man. You can't sit down. Come in. All right.
Come in, TT. Come in if your shoes clean.
All right, they can't see you. All right, hold on a second. Hold on there. I'm gonna move this. All right, you can come over. Can you come over? Or you gonna move it? Well, I'm gonna move it.
You should just Gary a chair, brother.
Yeah. I true. I'm gonna give the chair. No, you know what? All right, no. You know what? No, TT said no, I better not stand up. All right, TT, there you go. All right, there you go.
Oh,
it's all yours.
All right. Good evening, folks.
Hey, TT.
What's going on?
I can't hear you. Go ahead.
Folks,
this is TT.
Yes.
From Rison in Brooklyn, New York, and she has an announcement to make on behalf of the establishment.
Right. All right. Thank you for having me, of course, on the show. So my announcement today is just sharing with you a little bit about Risen Medical and Aesthetics. And in the end, I will share with you the major announcement. Okay. So Rattigan here already let it, be known that I have a big announcement. It was a little bit of a surprise to them, but okay. So Risen Medical and Aesthetics, we are Brooklyn's premier medical office, firstly. All right. So we have an array of services that every service that we provide, we're a primary care medical office, first to begin. And every service that we provide, there is something for everybody. Okay. So if you're suffering from hair loss, we can take care of that. If you're suffering from obesity, we can take care of that. If your hormones are out of whack, men, women, we can take care of that. If you're diabetic, we can take care of that. Listen, name a health. If you have skin conditions, if you have acne, pigmentation, we can take care of that. Name a medical condition or something that you're going through, and I will guarantee you that we can take care of it. Okay, we will find the solution for you. All right. So what I do want to announce is that we're having a health fair, a health event. And this is your opportunity to ask us questions, to learn more about our services, learn about our testosterone replacement therapy program for men. If you're feeling out of whack, you're not sure if you are, don't know if your depression, your mood swings is due to, low testosterone, this is your time. Okay. If you just want the primary care checkup to make sure, and you're just not sure, just general health, we can take care of that for you as well. So this is your time to come in, to speak to us about it, to get to know us, get to know our providers, and to make that appointment, to take that step into becoming the better version of yourself. Okay, so this is our testosterone replacement therapy program, which we will be addressing at the event. Okay, I'll give you the specifics on dates, time, our special guests, and everything else a little bit later on. But one of the things that I'm most excited about to share with you is our skin treatments. Okay, because this treatment is a treatment that I will be personally performing, as I am the provider for that treatment. And so we do have laser skin treatments. And so for so many of us out there, people of color, dealing with skin issues, dealing with dark spots, pigmentation, melasma, all of those skin conditions that make you feel, lack confidence or whatnot in your daily day-to-day. Listen, mental health plays a big role in your physical health and how you take on your day. And so those treatments, you need, listen, if you have any of those concerns, you need to attend this event. This is your opportunity. You can ask me all the questions you need to. You can learn about the technology. You can also learn about the technology behind PRP, which is platelet rich plasma. That's what it's called. It's shots. All right. So this, I don't want to jump the gun from laser treat. Listen, I'm just excited. I'm just excited to share all of this with you. So we have two treatments. First, we have the laser, and that treatment will stimulate collagen reproduction. And all that is that, just to let you know, it's just going to help your skin's natural process. Any questions about this? Attend the event. Okay? And then we also have something called PRP, which is platelet rich plasma shots. And that is based on studies, have been proven, a number of studies done on this treatment that is very regenerative and will get you the results you need, whether it be for your skin, also for hair loss. Men, hair loss, if you're suffering from hair loss, or you have genetics that you know that you're gonna start with the pattern balding, whether it be middle of the head, front of the head, this is a treatment you should look into. Okay, men into tech, and you just feel like this is something that it's going to come. You see your dad, you see your brother, and you want to take care of it, and then you're like, I'll put it behind. Then you start balding, then you're surprised. Why are you surprised? You know what you know genetically it's there, and this is where we can assist you. Take care of yourself. Okay, if there is a condition health-wise, whether it be general primary care stuff, whether it be aesthetic stuff, whether you just want to lean into your day and just want that extra energy, we have IV infusions. Listen, there is not one thing that you're going through medically that we cannot take care of. I have to mention, because these programs are catered to us. It's catered to our patients that we've seen over the past 20 years. We wanted to make sure that we have something that caters to everyone. And when you come in, you meet with us, you speak to us, you learn about our programs. This is the time for you to have those conversations to make sure that even then it is even more customized towards what you need. Okay, I'll tell you what, for my skin treatments, I could speak for my treatments. Okay, I'll throw this out there. I'll have a special gift for you. Once you book my treatment, which is the laser treatment, once you book that treatment, the first 10 people to book that treatment at the event itself, I'll have a special gift for you on the treatment itself. It's something that I'm very excited about, passionate about, can't wait to, customize that skincare routine for you, get you the results that you want, make you feel beautiful and healthy and just well-rounded as far as that. Okay. And so, let's see. One moment. I wanted to share with you guys that we also have a text platform now. I want to share that number with you. So we do have our office number that you can contact, if you want to know more details or schedule an appointment and you can't make it to the event. That number is, to call our office would be 718-717-2278. We are located at 3215 Avenue H, Suite 1P, on the corner of New York Avenue and Avenue H. Okay, but this is very important. Our text platform, you can text questions if you have questions about the event, questions about the services that we provide. You get, it's a very quick response to cater to you. And our text platform would be and that text number would be 929-564-4060. Okay, so this health event will be hosted on July 26th. That is a Saturday. All right. So come down, mark it on your calendar. We'll be there. Yes, we do have a medical provider on site, a 20-year experience. I did see that from the question. We do. And so, yes, we do work closely with dermatologists as well. What I do want to mention is on that day, which is a Saturday, Reason with Ratigan will be attending this event. So if you want to meet with Ratigan, okay, he'll be attending this health fair, supporting it, and will be there. If you want to meet with him, this month right now is Men's Health Awareness Month. And I think having those conversations surrounding health, surrounding men's wellness, also women supporting surrounding the women in their lives also taking care of themselves is very important. And if you want to meet with Ratika and you want to have the conversation with us, learn about the services, come on down to Risen Medical and Aesthetics at 3215 Avenue H, Suite 1P, Brooklyn, New York. Okay, that's in the Flatbush Junction area, easily accessible. I can't wait to meet everybody. I can't meet the audience, truthfully. Any questions in the comments? Do we have to bring it down a little bit to see?
No, that's it.
Okay. Somebody mentioned, tell them about the PRP penile shots. Okay, yes. PRP penile shots does exist and it is effective. It is effective. We are doing the research on that, and following up with more and more research as that comes out. But yes, that is definitely a treatment that does exist and have shown to be proven to be very effective, in conjunction with other treatments as well. So if it is something that you're interested in, if you're interested in something like PRP penile shots, along with maybe something like testosterone replacement therapy, we can give you that treatment. Yes.
Okay, Reggae Girl just mentioned that the B6 bus and the B103 was they passed the area. Plus, it's close to the last stop on
the 2 and 5 trains.
2 and 5 trains. Yes. Flatbush Avenue, very last stop. It's a block away.
Yes.
And go ahead.
So Q35, B41 is accessible to there as well. We have the B46 that's close as well to there, as far as what I can remember.
And then if you're driving, if you come down New York Avenue, you just go to the very, very end of New York Avenue. There's a parking lot right there. And the establishment is one short block away. So if you're driving, there is parking. You can take the bus, you can take the train, you can't take the plane.
You can also take the plane if you're coming from out of state and you want
JFK.
and you want to get to JFK and you want to come to the event. Of course, it does work wonders. If you're referring to the PRP, it's a treatment that I also personally get myself. Listen, if there's a treatment that, especially when it comes to the skin and the aesthetic stuff, those are all treatments that I personally tested out by us. I don't speak on something, especially when it comes to skin, that I haven't tried myself. And so the PRP shots, they're amazing and it definitely works. And remember, those are treatments that is helping your body regenerate cells. So we're not, there's nothing artificial that we're putting in. We're putting things that are closely related to what your body would produce in itself. Our skin produces collagen. Reproduction happens within 30 to 45 days on average. Younger female or male, 30 days. Older female or male, 45 days. Laser treatment, getting it done, your skin is regenerating within a period of 2 weeks. Okay, so that pigment and those scars and whatnot you're trying to get rid of, it's your skin. We're assisting your skin to do the work. We're not injecting anything else. As far as PRP, the platelets are coming from your own blood. They're coming from your own blood and just being put back into your face, into your scalp for hair regrowth, hair regeneration, causing that regeneration within your skin in itself. Okay, there's lots of studies, there's lots of research done on this, and it is proven to work. And it is FDA approved, of course. That for Anthony, thank you. And yes, our phone number is 718-717-2278. Please do check us out on Instagram at Risen Medical. You'll see lots of before and after photos. You will learn a little bit more about the treatments before our event, of course. And our text platform 929-564-4060 if you have any questions to ask via text.
Kevin, can you just put the number in the chat, please? Go ahead. Give me the number again.
All right. That phone number is 718-717-2278. Our text number is also 929-564-4060. Location 3215 Avenue H, Suite 1P, Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, there it is.
Yes. And our Instagram, Risen Medical. Okay, so just check us out there. See some testimonials. See what our patients are saying about these treatments. Listen, I have a patient myself. Personally, I've seen such amazing results with laser and PRP for her acne, for hormonal acne that she's been dealing with for years. She tried several other treatments, including chemical peels. I mean, some people, are pro chemical peels. I have my opinions about it, and it's case by case. However, I have seen amazing results with those treatments. So this is your opportunity to come in, have a consultation, meet with me, speak with me, meet with Rattigan over here.
Yeah, I will be there. So, and we're going to broadcast the Saturday program, Reason with Rattigan, from the location. So I am inviting you, I'm urging you, I'm appealing to all of you to come out for this event. And then you get a chance to meet the lovely TT. And then you can hang out with the Rebel as well. And you can ask me any questions. Some of you, I'm looking forward to meeting you. I see the names, but I don't know the faces. This is a chance for us to get together and sit down. And it's not it's not a protest or anything like that where you're just active, I'm in a fixed location, so I can sit down and chit chat with all of you. And at the same time, you can come sit down with TT and her crew and get your business looked after. Don't you have some specials for them or no?
Yes, we definitely have some specials for you in the next few weeks. I will be announcing week by week, but I can let you know the first 10 people to book a skin treatment with me is going to receive a very special gift. I am already throwing that out there, okay? Listen, those treatments are so amazing. I would give them to you for free if I could. Okay, so right now you have a special gift with me if you book the first 10 people to book those treatments at the event. So attend, you book at the event, you get the consultation, and all of that stuff can be taken care of on the spot. As the weeks go by, stay tuned. I will be letting you know all of the specials, what the menu is going to be like, who you're going to meet with, credentials, all of that stuff. You will get to know a little bit about it, a little bit prior to the event. Okay. Right. So we look forward to meeting you and also speak with you next week. All right. Right now, we have two websites. There's brooklynhealthclinic.com and there's also www.risenaesthetics.com. So
Brooklyn Health Clinic.
brooklynhealthclinic.com. Right. Risenaesthetics.com.
Is it Risen Medical Aesthetic or Risen?
No, just risenaesthetics.com. So our Brooklyn Health Clinic website will be more about your primary care services, diabetes management, and all of that information. And our aesthetics website will be more about our skin treatments. We'll have lots of information on that. You can also contact us through there to try to schedule an appointment as well.
Okay. All right. If we have any questions, well, you'll be back on. So if we have any questions, I'll forward them to you.
Yes.
And then TT,
And you can
will
also
jump
reach out via our text number if you want to, just text a question or have a question about any of the services that I mentioned, or just want to know if we offer anything else for whatever condition you have, and that is 929-564-4060. All right. Thank you,
That's it.
Ratigan.
You're
Thank you,
welcome, TT.
Ratigan, for
You're welcome.
having me at Studio Ratigan.
Kevin,
All right, Kevin, any questions?
You know, I'll reserve my questions for later, TT. We can talk.
Okay, so we'll talk. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk.
All right.
All
Take
right.
care. All right. Thank you again.
All right, TT. Yes, folks.
People, let's see how rebels stay. Let's see how rebels stay.
No, man.
All right.
Listen, folks, I'm telling you right now, if get your health checked out, Risen Aesthetics, I will be there. You'll be hearing more in the coming weeks, but it's not too far away. It's the end of this month. And then we can all sit down, can eat some food, we can chit chat about anything you want to talk about. It's going to be a lovely social event, as well as, a professional event in the sense that you come and you can make your appointments and you can see the providers. So we'll keep you posted on that. But for right now, Kevin, we have. I want to play this video because, Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith, I think we've debunked that we have given the history of the Sarari people and how Jamaica got the fertilizer and how Jamaica distributed the fertilizer. And the fact that she said, when Lambert Brown said that there was corruption involved with it, he was absolutely correct. Based on this report, he was absolutely correct. So what we're going to do now, we're going to turn to another part of the video where she talks about onions and she talks about farmers, and we're going to debunk the things that she stated in the Senate. Here we go.
Farmers. But where there will be, and Minister Green announced it, a new agro-park in...
And by the way, she very aggressive, She very aggressive, but was very aggressive, right? So, people can't believe that it's the same person who, sit down and kind of like, the background and provide advice. But before we're gonna further, Kevin, let me find it. Where is the manifesto? I think they're right. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, I see where they are.
They're right beside each other.
Yes.
Beside each other, yeah.
All right, here we go, people.
St. Anne, and there is a program. Not only did we start implementing a reservation in all agro-parks and in any land provided for young people, for farmers. Since 2022, we have put in place a reservation first of 20% for young people, and then by 2024, they had surpassed the 20% reservation and were at 22% of all agricultural lands held by young people. So now he implemented a new policy to say that 25% of all new agro-parks must be reserved for young people, women, and persons with disabilities. So there is a clear and concerted effort to not only grow the sector for the big man or the big woman, as the case may be, but to ensure that young people, women, and persons with disabilities all are able to have the piece of what is a growing pie, because the pie is growing under this administration. I also want to just make clear that in the Agro-Park Youth Startup Program, there is a special 50% discounted rate for the first 2 years for young people, so that they have better entry into the program. They offer 5-year leases across the piece, but young people are allowed to pay 50% of the lease for the first 2 years. This is a fantastic way to demonstrate that you are intentional and that you are committed to making sure that more young people enter agriculture. The issue of onions was referred to. And
Stop right there, Kevin. You should talk about agro-park and agriculture and all of these things. Oh, by the way, Mrs. Somebody said, not get no trouble because me always spend on somebody years. Oh, Andrea said, she should tell upon me. um, Anthony G, I need an AT on the status of those agro parks. Yeah, I put in some stuff already. But look at this. She talk about all of that agriculture. Because remember now, she's the spokesperson on government business in the Senate, right? We should not talk about. Hold on, let me remove this and put this up there. We should not talk about this. We should not talk about all of the promises made right here. She must talk about all of the promises made under this right here. Stronger agricultural management and we don't have time to go through these people, but look at all the promises they made. This was 2020, right? There's all the promises for storage and distribution, fisheries, all of this stuff, use of idle lands, livestock and dairy industries, expansion of agro parks. Why should not talk about all them things with them plan, with them promise and never deliver? No, that election will come up now. You hear them try to ramp things up, but them can't ramp it up for complete the things and with them promise. Food security, agricultural knowledge, rural agricultural development. And by the way, people, I've been through this manifesto so many times, and I can tell you that you see this section right here, this section where them have it listed as right here. Stronger agricultural management and transformation. It should be stronger, it should be agricultural mismanagement and the lack of transformation. This is 2020. They must talk about that. Talk about all the promises, but we could go back even further and go to 2016. Wait there, Kevin. Let me just see it. Oh, see it.
Right beside it, right beside it, right beside it.
Here's 2016. And look, right here, the Prime Minister promised him, say, hey, listen. Him say, everything that I going to give, you know, in this election, everything that I promised you, I'm going to give you, it's right here. Next 5 years. This was 2016. Him say all of them things. And let me see if I have the page number here, Kevin. I don't think I mean I misplaced the page number. Let me see if I find it right on the tell me if you say
what are you looking for?
Agriculture. Just tell me if you say agriculture. It's here though.
Environment.
Here it is right here. 3730. All right, let me go down now. So sorry about that, folks. 3738. Hold on, let me make it smaller, Kevin, so we can see the page number.
Mining and energy.
All right, see it is right here.
There you go.
It is right there, so. Oh, you must ask our people. Ask all of them. So what happened to these promises we're going to promise back in 2016? Them say they're going to revive the cocoa and the non-Blue Mountain coffee industries. They're going to upgrade fresh fruit markets. They're going to establish agricultural economic zones. We don't want to know how many of them. They're going to develop niche markets and exotic foods. We don't know what that. Them say a program for orchard production for mangoes. I know them do the mango one, but guava, soursop, June plum, passion fruit, and avocado. A comprehensive strategy against predial larceny. You know, so it's just a week and a day ago, them being at the parliament I talk about this thing. That's what caused them Clambert Brown to start talk about the corruption in the with the Moroccan fertilizer. Look from when them promised this.
This is 2016 though.
Yeah, 2016 them promised it. 2016, and them just get to it now because we are lash them. We are hold them feet to the fire and say, "On promise them things are see one of them feel miserably in investment in irrigation,
water,
and rainwater harvesting, right?" And like I was telling you now, reestablish production and marketing organization, increasing productivity through modern technology. All of these is just and don't make me talk about foreign policy because then would I touch my minister again? We'll touch her again.
That's her all day.
Yeah, when I want to touch, but people, and you see the sections that I just showed you. Believe me, there are more sections where they have aspects of agriculture involved. And so it's not just those two, just not just the one section with the agriculture. If you look throughout the manifesto, you'll see pieces of the agriculture program elsewhere, and ask them how not achieve these things. How don't achieve this? So don't make them fool them. Make we get back to this nonsense here now.
I want to again put some facts on the table. And this is why I called out to Senator Morris in trying to bring a roadside argument to the level of a parliamentary assertion, in saying that there was corruption in that fertilizer. You said you were walking. You said I walk the streets and I have the conversations. That's what you said. That's what you said. I am using your words. Sorry, Mr. President, but I was using her words, not my words, her words. She tried to dismiss my assertions by saying she knows it because she has been walking in the streets and talking with the people. Those are not my words. No. You know, you are attaching meaning that doesn't exist. That is not what I am saying is that for the 4-year period, because there was an assertion about importing more onions, that we are importing onions and putting onion farmers, local farmers out of work. For the 4 years of 2012 to 2015, under the PNP administration, 1,258 containers of onions were imported. Under this government, from 2021 to 2024, 659 containers of onion, Mr. President. 1/2. Everything else is local production. Facts matter. And this is why I'm saying...
Hold on, not so fast. Facts do matter. But you have to present them. You have to present facts. Now, here's what she said. Remember what she said. She said from the period 2012 to 2015, under the PNP government, 1,258 containers of onions were imported into Jamaica. And from 2021 to 2024, under her government, 659, a half. Now, I was going to ask some questions, but I know that, see, you see what I talk about, Kevin? Look what Freedom said. You see what I talk about? This is what I talk about, people, how people around here think.
Exactly.
This is what we are talking about. Freedom, big up yourself. And all of you out there who think the same thing like Freedom, big up on yourself, because here's what happened now. We could debunk this thing. Onions, they don't count onions by the container, because you know why? They have two sizes. They have a 20-foot container and they have a 40-foot container. Now, if you notice, she didn't tell us the size. So the PNP could have brought in 20-foot containers and the JLP brought in 40-foot containers. She didn't tell us none of that, right?
Correct.
That's first point to note. The second point is this. They don't count onions by the container. Oh, let's go back to the containers. I found out that with containers, you could have a half load. You could have a half load of container imported into Jamaica, half load of onions. You could also have a full load of onions. You could also have a half
load.
Along with other produce. So you may have a container with 60% onions and 40% something else, and then people say, yeah, it's a container of onions because the majority of the produce inside is onions. But here's the thing: we don't do it by container. There are two ways that you deal with onions. You deal with it by weight, and you deal with it by value. Weight, value, no containers. You don't deal with it by containers. They don't just pile up onions in a container. No, they're packaged. The package people. So when she come and tell you about it's 1258 on the PNP and it's 659 under her government, she should come out and say it's the same type of containers. That's what she should come out and say. Kevin, oh, it's on the onion, right? What onion there? Okay, all right. Hold on a second, the people. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Did I close it? The chart.
The onion chart.
Yeah.
The onion chart.
Yeah, the one. I want you to show me mine first, and then we go to the one from producer Joan. So people, she's trying to mislead. Oh no, I'm telling about not that. I'm trying to mislead you and tell her this foolishness. But she didn't come clean. She didn't come clean. And we're going to show you something right now. Right? We're going to show you something concerning the value of onions. How much money Jamaica spend on onions? Cassandra, that's a good question. I don't know why. I don't know why. I really don't know why. That's a good question.
So it's these two.
Yeah.
I had put them up before.
Yeah, this one. I want to see this one first. Let me just put up this one first, and then hold on. Let me move her again. Let me put this up, and then is there any way I can? All right. Let me just expand this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. People, she said that from 2012 to 2015, that they had 1,258 containers coming under the PNP. So the first part of this chart here, you see 2012 to 2015. Look to the extreme right and look at the value of onions that came into Jamaica. See it right there, so? 2012, Jamaica spent 4.34 million US dollars importing onions. 2013, they spent $4.95 million. 2014, 4.34 million, and 2015, 4 million. That turns out to be an average of $4.4 million per year for onions. Now look at what my favorite minister's government did. Here we go. They've been in power since 2016. And we have the stats going up to 2023. Look at that. 2016, 4.34. Don't forget, remember up here, most of it 4.34. 2 years, 4.34. 1 year below 4.34, 1 year above. Look, 4.34, 2017, 4.34, 18, 4.34, 19, 4.34, 20, 4.34, 2021, 4.34. 2022, it went up 4.73, and then 2023 went to 4.34. That average is 4.35. Essentially the same in the scheme of things. So when she come and kick up dust and carry on, people, them need for fact check her. Not just this lady, not just this minister, but all the ministers, when them come and tell you nonsense, you're supposed to start think and say, okay, how do we value onions in Jamaica when we import them? Container load? No. You do it by weight and you do it by value. Look at the value. It's almost the same. And in fact, Kevin, you want to hear something? In fact, what she's saying is that they brought in more onions here and they pay 4.34. And she's saying that they had less here and it's still 4.34.
The same amount of money.
Yeah.
I was about to ask that. What's the quantity relative to the amount that was spent?
Yeah. But here's what, Kevin, with it report, the onion report. Right
beside it.
Oh, here's another one. All right. Look at this one now. You see this? This is the onion program as determined or as investigated by the Auditor General. And to say in 2019 and 2020, the government had no targets. Them lost in space, no targets. as to how much the production should be. 2020, 21, no targets. None. 2021 to 2022, they set targets and they met the targets. Yeah.
Good job.
2022 to 2023, they lack clarity on specific targets. We don't know what happened there. And look at 2023 to 2024. They set targets, they did not meet the targets. Kevin, where the report there from the for the Auditor General? Is it right here? There's
one on the onion. There's one on the
the one on the onion. Give me the one on the onion there. Right, this? Nope. Give me the one on the onion. The report, the Auditor General's report. I sent it to you by, that's one of the ones I sent last by email. I just want the folks to see this.
Yeah, man, I just had it up.
Yeah, it reflects this. It reflects this one again.
No. I just had it up again.
Is it this? 2020? No, that's not it. But while Kevin is looking for it, let me just tell you that, folks, that's why I keep preaching around here. When you hear them come and they tell you all of these nonsense, when you hear them come and they tell you all of these nonsense, think critically. Think. Don't just accept everything that they say, because we can't trust them. No, am I saying that the PNP is perfect? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the PNP, as far as we are concerned around here, and in terms of governance, the PNP is not a factor. Why? Because in our system of government, the first party to cross the finish line, they control everything. And so we are focused on the party that's making the decisions for the people of Jamaica. Right? You know where you find it, Kevin? It's the same report. It's the same Auditor General's report regarding the fertilizer. So
yeah, but we had it in the fertilizer. That's probably it. In fertilizer.
Hold on 1 second, folks. Hold on. You want to stop right there? Yeah.
This one.
Is it this? All right, let me go back on. I think it's page 50. Let me go and see if there's a page 50. No, it's not in this one. No. It's on. Let me see if it's this. It's page 50. No, this is the same one as that one.
Yeah.
This is the same one. No.
You were looking at the full report.
The full report. I sent it to you. Look in the email. You'll see it in the email.
All right.
Yeah. But you cannot believe these people when they tell you something. You have to fact check them. You have to go and do your research. You have to talk to people. You have to document things, because there it is. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Because these people cannot be trusted. Don't trust them when they tell you something. Listen, but please go and check for yourself, because you never know what you're getting into with these people. They make all kinds of promises and they don't deliver on their promises. And we can show it time and time and time again that they don't care about you. They really don't care about you. They care about themselves, their cronies, family members. They don't even care about their supporters. This is it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is it. All right. Let me show you something, folks. All right. Let me go down to page 50. Let me show you something. No, wait a minute. No, this isn't it. Wait a minute.
Yeah, man. This is the one. This is the last one that you had sent.
All right. Here we go. Folks, look at this. You probably didn't even know that this exists, right? But the Auditor General actually did a report on something called the Onion Program. How do I get it up there? Hold on. All right, there it is. All right. Okay, one more. You can read that, Kevin?
Yep.
All right, here we go. That's it. You see them all have one? The Irish Potato Program. See that? Anything you want to know about Irish potato in the last several years? There's it, page 50. All right, here it is. No, that's Irish potato. Hold on. Why this thing keeps jumping? All right, here we go. There it is. Fair reading pleasure. The Onion Program. Now, let's see what the Auditor General had to say about the Onion Program. Because since they're saying that the Onion Program is so great, and they did this and they did that, look at what it says. It says they had substantial investments. So it's over 5 years, rather spent 179 million on onion seeds. Right, let me get the pen. Let me get my pen and start draw. Hold on there. All right. You see this? What now? Or see that? Now come up, Kevin. All right, that's fine. All right, let me get it's stuck now.
Your thing just a misbehave all kind of ways today.
I don't know. Yeah, go back. No, I can't see anything right now.
Okay, I got you. Oh, that's what it is. Once again, your device acting funky. All right, let's just bring the rebel back in here.
All right. And then bring back that document, please. We have a couple more.
Yeah, man. You're supposed to can draw or highlight now.
All right, so let me make it smaller. Here it is.
Oh, there.
It says, despite this investment.
Sure.
Oh, sorry. Here it is. Boom. Here's it. Despite this investment, and they're talking about 179 million, the program encountered several hurdles. This is not me, all right? Listen up, people. This is the Auditor General. Look what the Auditor General says. For instance, it's right here. First line. For instance, discrepancies were found in the reported targets. The PIP plan, that's a plan that they set for 200 hectares. They said the ministry's annual report showed a target of 1,200. So there's no alignment there. It's supposed to be 200, and then somebody wrote 1,200. And look what the Auditor General concluded. Last sentence in that paragraph. Such inconsistencies made it difficult to assess whether the reported outcomes aligned with the proposed success measure. So you can't tell. We can't tell because the same ministry putting out two different sets of figures. So we can't tell. Then look at the next paragraph. It says the audit review discovered significant issues with documentation. Right, have we seen this before? Have we seen this with the fertilizer? Significant issues with documentation and evaluation. Look, there were no targets, as we just showed in the chart, no targets for 2019 to 2020 and 2020 to 2021. And achievements for 2022 to 2023 lacked clarity on specific targets. Now, they said they did meet the 2021 to 2022 target, but performance fell short for 2023, 2024. And you see, them can't put that on COVID, because here's why them can't put on COVID. The year before, 2021 to 2022, they met the targets. And then 2023 to 2024, they didn't. So them can't come tell you, don't make them come tell you about COVID, nothing. Foolishness. Them talk about pest infestations, beetworms, but they have the money to take care of all of that. Right? Look at this one here now. It says the report highlighted a goal to meet 100% of the national demand for onions by planting 700 hectares. And it says, look at the sentence in that last sentence in that paragraph. Despite these efforts, the program struggled with its effectiveness and evaluation. And remember, I just show you how much we're spending on importing onions. And we say we want to do it 100%, and we collect money for do it 100%, and we're still spending the same amount of money that the PNP spend, using the PNP spend for what? Was it how many containers? 1,258 containers that we don't even know the size. If you're going to give facts, give full facts. Give full facts. What are the main importers of? Oh, we don't. I didn't go into lime. I didn't go into who are the main importers of onions, but the onions are coming from. They're coming from China, the Netherlands, and the US. Look at this right here. Go ahead.
Rebel, when it comes to facts, once again, if I write something on a piece of paper and I present it to you, the information that you're presenting is a fact because you are seeing it. It's a fact that this is written.
Right.
Whether or not it's true is where you make a determination.
Right. Right. It reminds me about ruling evidence where you offer something and you say, I'm offering it not for the truth of the matter asserted, but I'm offering it for the fact that it was said. So what you say is that
court transcript.
Yeah. You don't say whatever was said. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying that it was said. Right?
Correct.
Same thing here. Look at the last one, Kevin. This is a systemic problem. It says the onion program's challenges underscore a broader issue within RADA's operations, a focus on executing activities rather than evaluating their effectiveness. So them take your money and say we are going to do this, and we don't see it though. Without proper, hey, look at this. Without proper documentation, transparent reporting, and rigorous evaluation, the program's success remains uncertain, and its potential impact on Jamaica's onion production is compromised. Pamela Monroe Ellis, I can't say it better. What should I say is a failure. 179 million, it gone. And we say we are going to provide onions to 100% that of local needs will be satisfied by this. But I don't even have time for going on the articles then, because they might give you the impression that the PNP didn't have a plan with onion stuff. And I can show you that it's not true. I can show you that in 2016, 2017, it increased. It was on the increase when they took over government. It was on the increase. We need to go. You know what, Kevin? Where is our video? Let me just come. I forget to our video. Hold on a second. Yeah, go ahead. So we can see that one of the problems besetting Jamaica is the lack of documentation. We don't, and there's a reason why we don't keep documents.
Which one of them were you on?
This one. All right, let me put it up. Let me continue.
Farmers, but where there will be 2 years for young people, so the facts on the table. And this is why I called out to Senator Morris in trying to bring a roadside argument to the level of a parliamentary assertion, in saying that there was corruption, walking in the streets and talking with the people. Those are not. We are importing onions and putting onion farmers, local farmers, out of work.
Hey, hold on there, Kevin. Me can't help it. Me can't help it. Let me just put up this one here, man. This lady here, she kill me, man. She kill me, Kevin. There's one here, Kevin, where the letter. Oh, here it is. Here she say, basically she say it's not true that we import onions and I kill the local farmers. I want you to look at this. Look at that. This is last year. Minister, why are we importing onions amidst a local surplus? They're telling people we have a surplus. We have a surplus, but they're still buying 4.3 million. US dollars worth of onions, and we have a surplus. That makes sense, people? Now look, this letter was to Floyd Green, and it's an open letter from one of his constituency members, who's a farmer. And let me just quickly go through this. She said, Minister Floyd Green, allow me to express my deep concern regarding the ongoing importation of onions into Jamaica, which has caused significant distress among our local farmers. She said this is particularly pressing given that farmers, even within your own constituency, are facing a surplus of locally grown onions. These farmers are struggling to find buyers. And when they do, the prices offered are so low they cannot even cover their production costs. As a member of your constituency and an advocate for the agricultural community, I find this situation troubling for several reasons. And then she went on. What I wanted to show you is that what this lady is saying, not true. Not true. Meaning Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith. Let's get back to her.
For the 4 years of 2012 to 2015, under the PNP administration, 1,258 containers of onions were imported. Under this government, from 2021 to 2024, 659 containers of onions, Mr. President. 1/2. Everything else is local production. Facts matter. And this is why I'm saying you cannot just tell me that somebody said to you and therefore you say, and somehow it sits in Hansard.
Hold a second. Senator Brown, Senator Allen, and Senator Morris. Senator Brown said when one person is speaking, stick to the standing order and let us have the speaker speak in silence. So I would ask that the three of you practice, follow Senator Fraser Binns. Senator Fraser Binns. All right.
Mr. President, I just want to, I'm almost at the close of my responses.
Listen to this nonsense that come up now.
Mr. President, and I've already spoken about the 66% of persons surveyed under the JCC's index that stated that 66% were interested in agriculture. I'd made that assertion earlier, but I also got the figure that since 2021, the registered farmers have moved from 240,000 to 270,000. That's 30,000 new farmers in the sector coming in, tapping into formal access to resources and support that help with productivity, Mr. President.
All right. Hear what she just said. She said, since 2021, they have the farming community went from 240,000 to 270,000, an increase of 30,000 farmers. You hear that? Remember, from 2021, she says, since 2021, that's her language, registered farmers went up from 240,000 to 270,000, an increase of 30,000. Now, here's what I'm going to show you. Remember she said no, since 2021, right? I'm going to go through this with you. This is a Jamaica Labor Force survey from the Statistical Institute, the company, the organization that they love to quote their stats about unemployment, right? Which they didn't read it to you correctly. This is a 2021 annual review. I'm going to go through that. Let me remove that. And then I'm going to go through this 2022. So we're going to go through 2021. Here it is. In case anybody is wondering if we have bogus things around here. Statins information. We're going to go look at 2021 and we're going to look at 2022, because remember what she said. She said registered farmers increased from 240,000 to 270,000. We only have 2 annual reports. If you go to the website and you look, you won't see a 2023 or a 2024. So we just, what you said 2020, since 2021. I'm going to show you something that's startling. Hold on 1 second. Let me bring this up. All right. Ready? On your mark. Get set. Go. Here we are. This is the 2021-2022. She said it went from, since 2021, it went from 240,000 to 270,000 for farmers. Allow me to do this. Put green. See it right here? Agriculture, forestry, and fishing. They combine all of them, right? Look at the number. This is 2022. Well, she says since 2021. So we can use any one of these numbers. Let's do July. Here's July. And here is the number. Now, here it is, employed labor force by industry group. This means all the people working. It says 183,400. In 2021, it was in January, the first quarter, it was 187. It went up, it was 187 right here. Then it went up to 192. Then it dipped to 191, stayed at 191, dropped to 189, went up to 190, and then it dropped to 183. No, without getting the other two reports, the other 2 years, because we have 2020, we have 2021, 2022, so we don't have 2023, 2024. Here's what I'd like you to focus on. Let me bring this up. Hold on. Okay. Take a look at this. I'm going to see how many of you are paying attention and you're tuned into what we do around here on a Saturday. Take a look at that, right? I can't get it any bigger for you because it's going to go over. Let me see. It's going to go over. Can you guys, hold on, let me, Kevin is not here, so Kevin is my guinea pig, you know. Tell me if you guys can see that. If you can see at the top, agriculture, forestry, and fishing, and you can see the numbers going across. Tell me if you can see that. Just quick. Yes or no? Can you see it? Hello? Hello? Nobody's out there? All right, you can see it. Good.
You're good.
Outstanding. All right. You see what it says at the top? Employed labor force by industry group. And then they go to the industry and they say agriculture, forestry, and fishing combined. They have 100 in July of 2022. They have 183,400 people employed. I'm going to show you something now. And they divide it up. This is by, if you look right here, you see this one is male, but this one is total. The top one is total, male and female. And I think it even says, oh, it says it right here, both sexes. Right there, right? So now let's go down to another chart. Remember we looked at July. Here we go. Agriculture. And we looked at July 2022. And it says 48,000. So how do we go from this 183,000? Look, July 2022. July 2022. How do we go from 183,400 to July 2022 to 48,800? Tell me, people. Quickly, because we have another piece we have to do. Just tell me. Please tell me. How did we go from 183 to 48? It not nothing, and this not comport with her numbers 240 and 270. Just tell me quickly. Them cook the books. Joe Black to them cook the books. All right, because we only have an hour and we have this constitution piece that I have to do. Oh, Mrs. says she never know me upon the keys. All right, let me tell you why. You know why it went from 183 to 48? Tell me if you can tell me why now. Tell me if you can tell me why. $6:56. We have almost an hour left. A little over an hour. Here's why. Here is why. Pay close attention. Right? It's not magic, but just pay close attention because you miss it. You will 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 miss it. Cassandra, you're after a good start. Them just throw out numbers because them know. Well, actually, they throw out numbers, but we're not paying attention. Here is why. And these are the things that keep me up late at the hours of the morning. Here's why. Look at the top of this. You see what it says right there? Look at the very top. It says employed labor force by industry group, right? Look at this. Employed labor force usually working more than 49 hours. This chart is a group of the people working full-time. So you see what they did? They take the people working part-time, and part-time, they split it in two. Part-time, you have they split it in two categories. One is where people said, I don't want to work more than part-time. That's one category. You have another category where people, they're trying to work full-time, but they only have part-time job for them. And then they have another category where people are available, or people are available to work, but they can't find any work. And they have another category. They have all these categories. But this category you're looking at right here, this is a significant category. These are people working more than 49 hours, a full work week. Anything less than that, I think it's 35. Anything less than 35 is considered part-time. So that's why you end up with 48. Let me go down and show you another one. Here's the one for this one. You see that one is 2021, 2022. I think this one is, all right, this one is 2020 to 2021, right? Look right here again. Agriculture. And you see over here, 191,900. And then you come down to this one for the people working full-time. Here it is. Employed labor force usually working more than that. Look at that. 57,000 people. Same period. October 2021. Let's go back up here and do the comparison. There it is. October 2021. See that? So what they did was they combined a whole bunch of people into the group, and then they come and tell you, oh, all these people are working. But what they don't tell you is that some of these people, according to the statistics, if they work 1 hour during the reference week, the week that they take the stats, those people are considered to be working full-time, unless you tell them that you're working part-time. There it is. There it is. So when she come out and do the stats, and so we have some more, that 2019, 2020, it's the same thing. What you need to look at when you look at these things is look at this. Just look at the category. There it is. People working more than 49 hours. You just look at the title, and it will give you a pretty good idea of what you're looking at. And here it is, labor force by industry. This is the complete number of people that they claim working. But if you really think about it like this. The minimum wage in Jamaica is $16,000. $16,000, right? Less than $100 US. And a lot of these You see right here, it's 49.5. Well, all of these 49.5, a lot of them, they're making minimum wage. A lot of them making minimum wage. A lot of them making minimum wage. So that's why I tell you that sometimes they're very deceptive the way they come and they tell you things. Just like how, and I didn't play it today, where Minister Clark came out and said that there is no new taxes. He's right. They didn't come up with something new to tax. But what he didn't say was that there is increased taxes, because the things that you were already paying taxes on, they increase those. They increase taxes in those categories. These are the things that they do to us, our people. These are the things they do, and they know they can get away with it because we don't pay attention. We don't read, we don't think. And that's why I look forward to Saturdays, spending Saturdays with you, where we can sit down and we can have a conversation, and I can bring these things out and have you think about them and have you go look. Because I can tell you, these things, they're on Statin's website. I didn't steal them. They're on I didn't steal them. No source gave these to me. They're on the website.